Got it.
Hi everyone, this is Robin Good from Rome, Italy, and today I'm talking to Todd Vernon, CEO of Lijit. Is that the correct pronunciation, Todd?
That's a pretty close. That's pretty close. It's legit, like too legit to quit.
Oh, I hadn't seen it that way. Being a foreigner with your language, we kind of pick it up the way we do. So thank you for giving a new insight into it. And I am just a small guy, a representative for the typical would-be professional web publisher, and I'm very curious to know from you, why would Lijit be something that I would want to consider integrating with my blog, news site, professional review, web magazine, or whatever I have? What are the key things that make Lijit so special?
Okay, it's really simple, Robin. What we do is replace or enhance the search box that's already on your site or your blog or your publication. Because a lot of people don't get any value from that as a publisher. There's very little publisher-side value to search. And what I mean by that is you don't know when people come to your site what they're looking for, what items they're searching for, what's happening. And we provide a lot of great intelligence around that. But that's not it. That's not the only thing. From the reader-side value, we provide a much different experience than you would get from just a normal search box. We search the content of your blog or your publication. We search the content that surrounds that, such as your Flickr photos or your YouTube videos or things like that. And we also crawl out through your blog roll and search your influencers. So when you think about it, it's really interesting. It's just exactly like things happen in the real world. When one of your readers would like to ask you a specific thing, maybe you're not always available to answer that live on the email, but if they search through you, they'll get a lot of valuable information that you've written about, bookmarked, or you've heard from your friends.
Very cool indeed. And so do I gather that basically Lijit can act as a major search on any type of RSS-based content output that I produce anywhere out there? Is that the correct way of thinking?
That is exactly right. We have a really cool sign-up situation. When you come to our site and you enter your URL for your publication, we actually automatically find out most of your relationships through your blog roll, and we also find out most of your other content sources automatically. So it literally takes 4 minutes to install our service with very little input from you. You can just tweak little things, and then your readers get wealth of information, and you get this wealth of statistics about what they're looking for.
You said that the installation takes only a few minutes. People, get always scared when they hear the word installation. So you want to get just briefly through what that entails. Do I need to have a server? Is a plugin for the browser something that I download, install on my computer? What are we talking about?
Super simple. You just go to our site, enter the URL of your blog. We find all these things automatically, and it's real fun to watch as we go out and search for all these different content sources and people. You'll see all that happen on the screen in front of you. And then the final step is a one-click install for TypePad or a simple, small one line of JavaScript that you insert in your publication, and you'll get a customized-looking search box with a search cloud or some other features that you select, and it instantly works. And there's different ways you can get search results on your site. You can have a JavaScript overlay, or it can be a separate page, a lot of different things. But the whole thing together is super simple. It's a lot of fun. It's a really fun installation, which is why we have a huge number of people that install that come to the site. And you're off to the races. It should not take you more than 2, 3, 4 minutes probably.
Good. You mentioned that it's a fascinating process when Lijit gets into my site at the beginning and discovers all the relationship and fields that are related to me. Can I then, after that process has taken place, still go and edit and add some things you haven't discovered yet, or take off some that I don't want to be public?
Yeah, all your relationships and your content sources are editable. So if it's perhaps one we just didn't find automatically, super simple to add it, and then that gets wrapped into the whole corpus of the search information that gets returned to your readers.
Do you think there are specific advantages in using Lijit from a search engine visibility standpoint?
I don't know that it helps one way or another from a search engine visibility standpoint, but what we do is a really cool feature when your readers come from a search engine. As typically about 27% across our network of readers who come to a blog or a publication come from a search engine, what happens is, they've usually found a specific document within Google or Yahoo that you had particularly high page rank on, and that's why they came to your site. And they read that one article, and then what typically happens is they hit the back button in their browser, and you've lost them. And we call that second click situation. What Lijit does as a feature of installing our service, when someone comes to your blog or your publication and it loads, we go out and do a proactive search of the content that also matches that specific search term that was entered into Google, and we open up a sidebar that shows other content you've written about that same subject, but perhaps didn't have high page rank. And that actually grabs readers and keeps them on your site once they're done reading the one thing that brought them there, which is a huge benefit to publishers, because we all know it's hard enough to get high enough page rank to get people to come and to create that draw or that pull, and what we do is keep them around.
Fantastic. That's very useful to know. Finally, I wanted to ask, what about the cost of this? I mean, for us users, it's just all free and no ads. What's your business model?
So when you install Lijit, we place ads along the sidebar within the search result page, much like someone like Google would do, and that helps pay for the service. But the really interesting thing we just announced a couple weeks ago is now, as a publisher, you can come back to your statistics page where we show you all the cool information, and you opt into revenue that is generated from those pages. And in the coming weeks, we're going to release some other cool stuff that will allow you as a publisher to actually manage and sell your own keyword inventory in your search results, which is something that's never been able to be done before. So for a publisher that has some ad relationships already, perhaps or a publishing network that may have ad relationships, we can create a really cool system for them where they can broker all their own search keywords and sell them to specific ad representatives, and we can do a different split for that where they receive the majority because they brought the sale essentially of the ads to the deal, and it's a new capability that no one's ever been able to do before.
Last but not least, I guess many of my publishers would ask you, what would you say is the key advantages comparing Lijit and using a Google CSE, custom search engine, which is the solution most of the independent web publishers that monetize through AdSense utilize?
Yeah, I would say that probably there's two that I can think of right off the top of my head, and there's probably like five. But the ones that really resonate with me are, one, as a publisher, you get almost no value from search. You don't get any statistics. You don't know what people are looking for, what search terms were entered that perhaps didn't return results. There's this whole wealth of information. Where were people located on the planet when they entered a search term, full geolocation. So we provide a really cool piece of publisher value to search to really make it more of an in-depth analytics tool for a publisher. The second thing is we provide so much more information than you can get through CSE. We have much deeper integrations with Flickr and YouTube using all their APIs to pull data. So you'll get rich photographs in your search results and other great stuff like that. We actually have two levels of service with us. When you sign up off the web, we actually use Google CSE in the back end to be the search engine for you. But if you send us an email, we'll roll you onto our proprietary platform that has all these deep integrations, and it's really cool. So if anybody wants that part that we kind of reserve for the larger publishers, we're all about turning you on. All somebody has to do is ask us, and if they mention Robin Good, we'll know where it came from.
Fantastic. That was wonderful information. I'm getting off this call with lots of things that I want to try out myself, which is a good sign. I'll be comparing and testing Lijit with Google CSC, and hope to be reporting in an article what I find out that is interesting for everyone. I appreciate you sharing all of this practical, direct information without any hype, Todd, and I wish you to keep me in the loop for anything new that happens on your side.
We'll absolutely do it. Thanks for having us.
All right. Have a great day, Todd. Talk to you soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.